How much I have already received? Plus 5. So my net loss is minus 1. My 180 put will still be 0 and I will be losing. My loss.
Kanan sir.
Madam.
Sir, shall we start, sir?
One minute, madam. 1 minute. 1 minute. We will. We will wait for another 2-3 minutes, madam. Then we will begin, madam. Okay, madam.
Okay, sir.
Madam, I think we can begin, madam.
Okay, sir.
Able to hear me?
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Madam, tell me, madam.
சார் கேக்குதா சார்?
கேக்குதுங்க மேடம்.
ஓகே சார், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம்.
சரிங்க மேடம், சரிங்க மேடம், சரி. Shivashankari ma'am, you begin, madam.
Yes, sir. So a very good evening to one and all. On behalf of organizing team, I welcome all the participants for the 5-day online FDP on advanced signal processing communications using AA and ML techniques, which is jointly organizing by GMR Institute of Technology, Rajam, and Sri Sairam Institute of Technology, Chennai. Now I request our beloved head of the department, Dr. V. Jagannavin sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, madam. Madam, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Good afternoon to one and all. We welcome Chairman and CEO, sir, Sri Sai Prakash Leomuthu from Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology. Directors are Dr. L. Girish from GMR Varalakshmi Foundation. Principals are Dr. K. Falani Kumar from SSIT. Principals are Dr. CLV RSV Prasad from GMRIT. Dean Academics Dr. S. Rajan, Professor and Dean Academics from SSIT. Dean Academics Dr. M.V. Nageswara Garu from GMRIT. And the head of the department ECE, Dr. Tamarai Salvai from SSIT. All the faculty members of SSIT and GMRIT and all participants of various parts of the country, a very good afternoon to one and all. We welcome all the members for the inaugural session on 5-day faculty development program on advanced signal processing and communication using artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques, jointly organized by the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, GMRIT and SSIT Chennai. We thank the management of Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology, Chennai, accepted the MOU for conducting the FDP for the benefit of faculty, research and students community. In this workshop, in this faculty development program, around 600 participants are registered in this FDP in the various parts of the country. I'm naming the states: Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Maharashtra, Orissa, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, West Bengal, and Sikkim. Around 15 states, all the participants have participated, and one international participant from Oman is also participated in this FDP program. So these every day the sessions are scheduled in the evening hours to make it convenient to all the participants for the participation. The sessions are starting evening at 4 o'clock. And resource persons for this 5-day workshop is Dr. S. Rajarajan, Dean Academics from SSIT Chennai, Dr. S. Murugan, Professor from Sachibama Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai, Dr. T. Geetamma Madam, GMR Institute of Technology, Dr. Janaki Madam from SSIT Chennai, Dr. Krishna Kishore, GMR Institute of Technology, Rajam, Dr. S. Saravanan, SSIT from Chennai, Dr. Yogesh Mishra, Professor from GMRIT, Rajam, Dr. V. Bharati, Sachibama Institute of Technology from Chennai, Dr. V. J. K. Kishore, that is, he is from the Sachibama Institute of Science and Technology, Dr. R. Vijay Rajan from VIT Chennai. We thank all the resource persons for accepting the invitation to share the valuable content to all the participants. We request all the participants to stay tuned to the program and get benefit of the faculty development program. We thank convener Rajan sir from SSIT. We also thank all the coordinators of this FDP program, Dr. V. Kannan, Professor from GMRIT, Dr. G. Tamaraj Salvai, Professor from SSIT, and Dr. J. V. Suman from GMRIT. And we also thank all the technical support for live streaming in the YouTube, P. Kalyan Chakravarti Garu, Dr. D.V. Ramana Garu, and Dr. Arun Shagar Garu. We also request Dr. T. Salvai, head of the department of SSIT, to address the gathering. Thank you, one and all. Please stay tuned to the program. Thank you, madam. Madam, it is over to HOD EC of SSIT.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Good afternoon to all. I really thank our Dean Academics, Dr. Rajarajan, and the coordinators and faculty members, management of GMR Institute of Technology for giving us an opportunity conducting this FDP, that is a faculty exchange program between our institutions. The faculty development program on advanced signal processing communication using AI and ML techniques. So as of now, the technique that is in the world is related to our artificial intelligence machine learning technique. So as an ECE faculty fraternity, we go with signal processing and communication. So communication is the main part in the world where we communicate with each other. So in that also we are taking this artificial intelligence and the machine learning. So it started with the neural network, then it goes with machine learning, deep learning, and we are applying the artificial intelligence here. So in our field, it's very, I think it's a very important topic. So that we must know now. So many researches are going on. So I request all the participants, scholars and faculty members from other states and other countries to make use of this FDP program and to do lots of researches regarding it, the field of electronics. Thank you. Thank you all.
Shivashankari madam.
Yes, sir. Shall we start the session, sir?
Yes, madam. I think we can start it.
Okay.
Yeah. Dr.
So
Rajarajan, sir.
yes, sir. So let me introduce our session one speaker, Dr. S. Rajarajan, sir. He is a professor in the Department of ECE in Sri Sairam Institute of Technology. He has 27 years of experience, teaching experience, out of which 15 years of research experience in the area of nanoelectronics. He has graduated from Madurai Kamaraj University in Electronics and Communication Engineering during the year 1991. He has obtained his master's degree in applied electronics with distinction and PhD from Satyabama University, Chennai. He has 35 publications in international and national journals and conferences in the area of image processing, nanoelectronics, and nanocomposites. He has two scholars who are graduated their PhD under his guidance, and he has presently two research scholars doing research in the area of image processing, Internet of Things, and cognitive radios. And he is the system engineer of Satyabama SAT, a nano satellite project of Satyabama University. Currently, he is looking after R&D activities of Sri Sairam Institute of Technology and actively involved in NBA and NAC accreditation process in the capacity of a coordinator. He is currently busy in autonomous curriculum design of Sri Sairam Institute of Technology for all the UG and PG programs. Now I request our session speaker, Dr. Rajarajan sir, to take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible and my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible and the screen is visible, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your confirmation. It's a great honor to present this session and to coordinate this joint FDP. This is the first step in our kind because so far from Sairam Institute of Technology, we have joined the hands with some government organization and private industry sector for our FDP and the faculty exchange program. So this is the first time we are joining the hands with the same boat. I mean, Institute of Technologies. This is possible only by the tough efforts of Dr. V. Kannan, who is one of my best friends. He is working in your institution, GMR Institute of Technology, Rajam, Chennai. Sorry, Rajam. Actually, I want to say thanks to the management of both the institutions, GMR Institute of Tech Rajam and the Sairam Institute of Technology, Chennai, for giving us the permission and all the provisions to conduct this joint FDP for the sake of the staff community as well as the research scholars. The overwhelming response of the participants, again, this is the identity or this is the what we call, this is a marker to us how good our topic is. We have taken a latest and vibrant topic, the role of machine learning and artificial intelligence in communication engineering and signal processing. This is the title of this FDP. Hope all the sessions will be good. And this is my session. This is the first session according to this FDP. And the FDP title is saying signal processing and communication engineering, the role of AI, ML and AI. This is at the title. Now straight away I am diving into this title as such into the session. First of all, I thank all the participants to show this much of interest in this field of communication engineering. All of you know the trend is now machine learning, data science, and the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is not a new topic. It's 2 decades old. So whenever we started studying about the neural networks, there itself we have started the studying of artificial intelligence. So all of you know, no need of giving that much introduction to our machine learning as well as the artificial intelligence. This is not the scope of this particular session. So I hoping all of you, all the participants are being the teachers, engineering teachers, you might be knowing everything about artificial intelligence as well as the machine learning. But the scope of this particular session is device level artificial intelligence for 5G networks. This is what the title of this session. Device level artificial intelligence for 5G networks. So one by one, nowadays all our technology, previously we used 3G, then currently we are using 4G in India, but 5G networks are very familiar across the world. 5G networks are around 10 times faster than the 4G networks. All of you know the statistics of these 5G networks. Being a communication engineering teacher, all may be knowing on the exact fact and numerics about the 5G networks. Now the session is how can we introduce or we can make our gadgets, electronic gadgets into intelligence gadgets. This is what actually the aim of this particular session. Please, I am getting into this topic. Actually, nowadays, all our total entire life of our human being is depending on the electronic gadgets. All of you know this. Once, whenever they invented the mobile phone, and the basic chipset of the mobile phone was introduced by Qualcomm. When Qualcomm introduced this chipset, mobile phone chipset, it was the application of this chipset is only for speaking, only for a basic phone. That's all. But nowadays everything changed. Whenever you go to, for example, whenever you go to purchase a phone, how can you address the phone in a retailer shop? How will you ask the phone? I want a phone to speak, or I want the phone with this many number of facilities or features. Nowadays, normally, especially the students are asking, I need this much of megapixels MP camera in the front side and back side. And the whatnot, all the facilities are, they want all other than speaking, they want to use the mobile phone as a different device, total electronic gadgets. So this is the basic idea of smart living. Nowadays, all our automotive industry is totally becoming smart. Our cameras are becoming smart. Our CCTV networks are becoming smart. And manufacturing technology, they are using digital twins. The mega size machines are operated by a small app or it is the smaller type of a miniature version of the same machine. And the entire healthcare sector is under smart. All our watches now shows what is your pulse rate, what is your other parameters of the health, and we are living in virtual reality. These are all our activities are becoming more electronics or more smart. So all these applications, healthcare, manufacturing, virtual reality, augmented reality, your automotives, web camera, CCTV, all these activities must be supported by a single network. Yes, single backbone network will be the core of this entire connectivity using a single mobile. Your gadget is only the mobile phone. So other than using the mobile phones only for speaking. We are using this entire living for our comfort, for our smartness. We have to use the mobile phone. So more or less, our mobile phones are now becoming a virtual assistant or digital assistant. So how good our digital assistants are? Whenever we go to any place, whenever, so for example, I am going to wherever I go, wherever it may be a city, town, village, wherever I go, I will be visiting any temple in that, any familiar temple in that city or town, normally. Along with me, and normally we will be carrying our mobile phone. When your mobile phone is with you, it is tracking your entire mobility. Navigate, all your navigations are tracked by your mobile phone. All of you know this. So, it will once or twice it will be looking at and it will find out what is the place this. Whenever I stand for 10 or 15 minutes in a particular place, immediately it will find out what is that place. Is this a mall or is this a theater or is this a temple? If it is temple, few times it will be looking at me. Whenever I go to other places in Chennai, I'll be going to, whenever I go to Mylapore, I'll be visiting Kabalishwara temple. Whenever I go to Vizag, I'll be going to Simhachalam temple. Or whenever I go to Gopalpatnam near Vizag, I'll be visiting the very familiar Ayyappan temple. And whenever I go to any places, wherever I go, I'll be visiting one temple. At least one temple I'll be visiting. It looks, the entire activity is tracked by my mobile, and immediately it come to the idea, the artificial intelligence of this mobile, giving me the instructions whenever I go to any other place other than my home and other than my office. Immediately it will give me a suggestion. There is a Lord Shiva temple, which is 10 minutes walk, which is 10 minutes drive. So this is what the assistant, this is what the details, or this is the data tracked by the mobile and given to me to visit that place. So it can easily, your device or your mobile can easily understand where you will be going whenever you reach a place or whenever you move somewhere or apart from your home and office. If you go to theater very frequently, it will find out and give you what is the distance between your place and the nearest theater. It will be giving you. So this is what the artificial intelligence, immediately it can say you, these are all the things. So your mobiles are now becoming your assistant. Whenever you want to wake up, it will give the alarm. Whenever you want to do your walking, it will give how much, this many number of calories you have burnt, this much distance you have to walk further to burn this much of calorie. This is what whenever you say this is what I eat, this is why I ate, it will find out what is the calorie of this particular material, food material, and it will tell you this many number of meters you have to walk to burn this extra calorie. This is the totally, all our mobile phones are becoming virtual assistants. This virtual assistant normally will give the suggestions for our improve our smartness, improve our betterment. So this is what the basic idea, but all these are all available in the phone. But which is supporting, the underlying network is supporting. Your operator should support. In India, there is no 5G networks in practice right now, but within near future it will come. Anyway, nobody can stop it. It will come because we need. According to a survey, latest in the lab, morning only from the IEEE spectrum, can you hear me? Any problem there? Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is audible, sir. It is audible, sir.
Somebody else's audio is coming to me. That's what.
Yeah.
Kalyan, Kalyan, Kalyan Chakravarti. Hello.
Sir, hello, sir.
You mute all except the presenter.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Then there will not be such noise. Suman, any issue, Suman?
Sir.
I'm unable to hear anything. Is there an issue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Okay.
Sir, 1 minute.
Fine. Not a problem.
Rajan, sir. Rajarajan, sir. Hello. Sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir.
Kannan, sir.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Sir,
Kalyan,
why?
sir. Hello.
Kalyan is not this. This is Suman, sir. This is Suman,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Kannan, sir.
Yeah, I just called him also.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, can you unmute him, sir? Suman, sir. I think he's on hold.
Sir.
Ah.
Yeah, something is problem. I don't problem.
He's on. He's on hold. Yeah, I think he has come. What, sir?
Sir, can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able to hear.
Sir, can you?
You share your screen and start, sir. Yes, sir. You share your screen and start, sir.
Sir?
You have to share your screen.
Okay,
Because
okay.
Please.
Visible, sir?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir. Please proceed, sir.
I hope now you can see my screen as well as my voice also. Okay. Sir, Kannan sir, please confirm it. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Okay,
you are
thank-
audible, sir. It is also
Thank-
visible. Actually, you can start from the previous this thing also, because 5 minutes we couldn't able to hear you. You can start from the previous slide also.
This one.
Yes, sir. At
Yes.
the end, 5 minutes, this thing we couldn't able to hear. Please.
So this is what in this all these services are available even now in the 4G network, but due to the lesser population, it is supporting the backbone network. 4G network is supporting. Whereas in our LTE, the next version 5G LTE, it will be 5G networks will be around 10 to 20 times faster than the 4G networks. Will be faster because at present in India there is no such network provided by the mobile operators, whereas in near future will be definitely will be having this kind of network also. For example, I can give you an example from IEEE spectrum. There is a survey they have given. In the next 5 years in India, every individual should you definitely they will be using around minimum of 10 GB of data per day. This is what their guess. Actually, it is a prediction, not a guess. Even today's e-vehicles like a TVS electric scooter and Ather electric scooter, these scooters are normally using 1.5 GB of data even today. The reason behind this is actually for their navigation using the Google Map or Google navigation system, they are using 1.5 GB of data per day they are using normally, depending on your navigation and the distance you travel. So these are all the entire requirement. So our network must be very much safer and the network must be very much faster. So faster and safety, these two are the fast and safety. These two are the parameters of your network. At present, the 4G network comparably it is less. When you compare with the 5G networks, it is less. Now I move on to this next slide. Look at this. Why we have to have the device level artificial intelligence? This is what the question and the title of the session also. Actually, nowadays, even now you can we are using the artificial intelligence applications not in our device. Actually, all these are all available in our cloud. So from the cloud, it is shared through your mobile networks or your any other networks, even Wi-Fi or any other connectivity, whatever may be your internet connectivity, it is given by the internet connectivity. Data network is supporting us to have such a facility or the artificial intelligence. But the problem is, number one, the first problem is the data safety, the security of the data, your personal say, nobody should identify or nobody should predict where you will be going tomorrow. Based on the conversation, whatever you have, the conversation is given to cloud AI. The cloud AI interfaces or APIs are giving the result back to you through the networks or mobile networks. So there is no safety in the network. The data safety is very much essential. And moreover, whenever all the users are having those kind of artificial intelligence applications, the network traffic will be maximum. In the current scenario, in 4G networks, it is not at all possible because the traffic is very comparably very minimum in 4G networks when you compare with 5G networks. So this is what the order of the day. So instead of cloud AI, all your mobile phones should have the AI interface. If you want to introduce artificial intelligence in your device itself, your device cost will be maximum. Why? Because there must be a separate processor and separate memory for in your mobile device for processing the AI portion. Artificial intelligence cannot be introduced as such, and the artificial intelligence predictions must be very fast. So the memory is playing a vital role, as well as the computing facility available in your mobile should be very high. The computing facilities, again, one more microcontroller we need to install in our mobile device. And this is automatically, when you increase the number of hardware in your device, normally the cost will be going high. This is what the nature, this is what the understanding. So we need to do all these things due to the number one, in order to avoid the traffic in the network, we need to have the AI APIs in our mobile phone itself. Number two, the data safety is very much essential. The critical parameter is the data security. So in order to preserve the security or the privacy in for your data, we need not transmit through the network. We have to have the all our processing within our mobile itself, then it will be easy for us and safe for us. So we need the safer network. So these two are the major reason against the cloud API concept, which is used in 4G, even in 3G networks. We started using cloud AI, and the dedicated processor normally increase the amount of number one, increase the amount of battery usage, and the standby time of your mobile device will be getting drastically reduced. Number three, the price of the mobile phone will be going high. These are all the things, but benefits are many. Consumer data privacy will be protected. Your data will not be going anywhere in our network. Only all your data will be processed in your mobile phone itself. It will be safer comparably. And the data transmission or the data in your network, in your personal network, from you to mobile operator will not be maximum. For essential purpose only we will be using the data. Remaining part will be processed locally in your mobile phone itself. And the latency, the delay in the network will not happen, because locally we are processing everything. The latency will be very minimum. And real-time analytics, the next moment whatever the data you have collected, immediately it will be processed. We need not wait for any other cloud AI APIs. Simply it will be processed in your mobile phone itself. These are all the benefits normally we will be having in our device based AI. So on-device AI is a new concept. It is proposed in 2018, but now it is introduced in few mobile phones like Samsung latest versions. They have started using the on-device AI APIs and on-device AI interfaces, both hardware and software. And applications are facial applications, voice recognition applications. You can easily understand by giving one example. All of you are very familiar with Google Lens. Google Lens is image search application given by Google. In our Lens application, whenever you give any image, it will be given to the network cloud API, and it will cloud AI, and it will return back you the result set. What is this, and how many number of matches in the cloud AI, all these things. Instead, if you install this artificial intelligence API in your local machine itself, local mobile device itself, whenever you take a photo in your local camera, in mobile phone, immediately it will tag who are all there in your because it can easily identify your face, because you have stored your face in your mobile phone. Whenever there is a connectivity between the AI or the cloud to or internet to your mobile, it will find out who are all these persons. Automatically, Lens will be searching who are all these persons. Based on the matches, it will tell you. So immediately, whenever I take a photo, immediately it will tag, this is Subramanian, this is Ramachandran, this is Rajarajan, this is Raghuram. Like this, in a single photo itself, it can easily tag the persons who are all available in the photo in the real time. It is possible. So the facial and voice recognition can be completed within a fraction of a second if you use a localized AI, or we can call it as on-device AI. Next, targeting the advertisements. Advertisement targeting is normally this is the strategy of Google Ads. The thing is very simple understanding is, advertisements are normally whenever you search for a double 2 BHK bedroom house for rent, immediately all your, this is normal API or normal AI, it will be giving you the remaining advertisements or remaining searches and whatever the Google pages you want to throw, immediately it will give you these kind of advertisements only. This is what you have experienced it, but this is based on cloud AI. But in the local AI, if you use such kind of advertisement, that advertisement also we can have the browsing. It's locally more personalized browsing we can have, rather than the cloud AI. We can have more personalized advertisements also to us. And virtual assistant, already I spoke about the virtual assistant. Our mobile phones are becoming now smarter. When the mobile phones are smarter, normally the condition is all our mobile phones are assistant to us. We can call it as personal digital assistant, PDA, or virtual assistant, yeah, whatever you want to name it, you can name. So if it is a mobile app, it is called as virtual assistant. If it is a mobile, totally hardware, it is a personal digital assistant. Nothing else is the difference. So we need to give lot of intelligence to our communication channels as well as the devices. This is what the order of the day. Intelligence must be improved for our channels. The channels or the networks are the backbone of your communication. Your communicating devices, hardware is the mobile phone, and then the mobile operator is available. In between, the radio connectivity is there. So the radio connectivity must be proper and it must be intelligent one, so that we can easily increase the quality of service in between the mobile operator and to the consumer. This is what understanding. This is what you have to understand. What is the necessity of local artificial intelligence? Now I move on to this next slide. When we talk about the frequency bands and access technologies, and due to this, the major, the network must be very much flexible. Flexible in the sense, if this particular channel is busy, immediately the call should not be dropped. Whatever may be the service already trying, the consumer is trying to do, should not be dropped. It must be diverted to some other free channel. So in the cognitive networks, this is basically known as cognitive network. In the cognitive network, normally there is no possibility. Already the cognitive networks are in implementation in the 4G networks itself. 4G LTE itself, it is being implemented. The channels are more flexible, more dynamic, and now we are trying to give the third parameter or third dimension to our existing network, which is known as intelligent network. So please try to understand, already the flexibility is there, dynamism is there in our existing channel, but now we are trying to introduce the intelligence in the existing channel. And the end devices, which is end device here, our mobile device is the end device, because we are keeping this device with us, all the communication back and forth only to this device. So this is actually FDT frequency test based on many number of releases. All of you know this. Otherwise, you can understand. You can browse it in the Google ETSI. ETSI. In the ETSI, we can how many number of FDT frequency test tables are involved in this. Many number of versions are available. According to the version in 2017, it was released 14. Now it is released 18. 2017 it is released. It was released 14. Over 50 number of tables were compared for this FDD frequency test, whereas in 2012 it was only 30 tables. So we are increasing the number of bands. This is what actually called as carrier aggregation. Carrier aggregation is the same device will be handling 3G networks, will be handling 4G networks, will be handling 5G networks. So quad band, dual band. This is what you can, from your mobile phone settings, you can select a number of different types of bands, what kind of bands you have to support, your mobile should support. It is a user configuration only. So below 6 gigahertz network or below 6 gigahertz also we can use, and above 6 gigahertz also we can use. These kind of bands are actually called as, this is called as carrier aggregation. In order to improve the backward compatibility of the computer networks and the communication networks, they are using this carrier aggregation. A single device is capable of receiving and transmitting 3G, 4G, 5G, all these kind of compatibility is given by using. This is actually called as carrier aggregation. And the intelligence is, this is what totally flexible, dynamic, all these are all over. Now I come to the intelligence. According to the intelligence part, all of you know UI is user interface. Normally, we used to have an interface in all our mobile phones. So user interface is it's a catchy factor to sell the mobile. This is what the interface we can have when we have a call, or this is what the interface we want to do any outgoing calls or any other applications. This is for UI. Now it is in the 5G networks, it is becoming user experience instead of user interface. It is called as user experience design, because various kind of services are getting accumulated in the single device. So your experience is very much essential for the operators. How good the voice call was, how good the video call was in your mobile phone. This is what they need to have separately. So they want to share the user experience. Each and every user should share their experience with the hardware as well as the software. So this is what the intelligence based on your previous data. Normally, machine learning is such a technical. From the past data, it can easily predict the future data. So from the past browsing history, it will suggest you some other. This is the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this intelligence is given by some kind of supervised network or unsupervised networks, which are all the backbone of this artificial intelligence, artificial neural networks. So access technologies are important, frequency bands are important in order to improve the user experience in any kind of communication network, either 3G, 4G or 5G. But up to 4G, we are using this as user interface. The term user interface is UI is used. Now we are changing this terminology to user experience. So design of user experience is very much essential at present. So this will unnecessarily, so the AI component is installed in your phone itself. So unnecessary delays will be getting easily eradicated. So with minimum delay, we can get the results. And the flexibility in the connecting, because many number of users will not be occupying this channel. So whenever they want, they will come to the channel or the connectivity between the mobile operator and your mobile phone. So that totally the traffic in the mobile network will be drastically decreased. So if the traffic is decreased, your timing delay is getting decreased, and the flexibility of connecting is increasing. This is what the basic understanding you should have in this device-based artificial intelligence. Now you look at this diagram. This diagram is all about the networks giving the AI, artificial intelligence network used in 5G networks. For example, in all the levels, we are using this. In our backbone network, in our backbone network, we are using this is actually called as in 3 variety. We can classify this artificial intelligence: device level artificial intelligence, localized artificial intelligence, end-to-end artificial intelligence. The colors are very clear here. Device level AIs are normally in this diagram, it is given in yellow color. Localized artificial intelligence, this network is given by, or this intelligence is given by green color. Normally the green color is given in between and the tower, in between the microwave tower to your mobile phone. This is actually radio access network, RAN connectivity, RAN elasticity. RAN elasticity is, say for example, if the traffic is full in this, even in this total network, it will not drop that caller. The artificial intelligence will find out who is the next user using rarely. So instead of dropping a new user, even though it reaches the maximum capacity, the existing user network will be shared to based on the data traffic or the data density. The artificial intelligence algorithm will find out which is the least used channel. It will be occupying the remaining portion of the channel to the new user without dropping him. So the call drop will be very, very minimum if you use the artificial intelligence locally within your mobile to the tower. This is actually called as localized artificial intelligence. Device level, which is shown in yellow color here. In device level artificial intelligence, there are two. One is RF management, another one is power management. The power management or power budget is very much essential to our mobile devices. Whatever maybe it may be a mobile phone or any other device, the power management is much essential. Nowadays, we are talking about the power and the power, how we can increase the standby time of the device or the battery. This is what the research. So what we need is, we need to improve the standby time of this mobile device. But we have already in order to incorporate the artificial intelligence components in our mobile device, we are having a separate processes processor here, and many number of actuators or many number of what we call the sensors are inbuilt in our mobile phone itself. So this sensor, mobile microcontroller and memory, these are all extra. So whenever you increase the extra number of hardware, it will affect it will take a huge amount of energy. So battery lifetime will be, I mean standby time will be getting minimized. So RF power management is depending on the usability. If you are not using a particular service for particular application for a certain period, automatically artificial intelligence, the core program available in your mobile, will cut the thread of this particular application, and it will be connecting the other applications, those who are active. So passive applications and passive services will be cut temporarily, and it will be giving the connectivity to other active applications. This is the artificial intelligence used in power management, and RF channels will also be like that. Say I go connected my device in a data network to the mobile operator, but I am not active. It is getting connected, that's all. But there is no active transaction of data in between the mobile operator to my device. So in that case, the artificial intelligence will easily play the role to use this RF channel for some other purpose. So this is what the understanding in our 5G networks, how we can use or how we can implement the artificial intelligence in the 5G network. Next, I come to this core part, network part. This is local part, this is core part. The core part, so the network virtualization part is coming here. VNF is nothing but virtualization of network functionality. This is a total virtual functionality, and AI is a separate layer in existing core network part. AI is the separate layer from this. So the AI layer is containing all the algorithm, whatever we need to have, or to maintain the end-to-end AI connectivity in the existing mobile network, from the mobile device to the backbone network, core network. So this is what the diagram very clearly indicating all the device, and it will articulate the basic functionalities of artificial intelligence and its applications, services in the mobile network. If this is a common network, but this network is very common for 3G, 4G and all, but only one is in 5G network, we are introducing the artificial intelligence in the existing network. Next, I come to this part. This is the core part of your presentation now. In this part, what we need is, in the device, the data is collected by means of the sensor. All the sensor which are additionally connected with our mobile phone will be collecting all the data. It will be processed by the separate AI processor available in our local device. And delay is getting reduced, and the transmission need not occur because all the processing algorithm and as well as the hardware is available locally, the device itself. So no data transfer between the network and all. So this is device level AI. Localized AI is, it is applied across the network. The device level is only to your mobile. Localized AI is to the entire network, not the full entire network. It is locally, your tower and your neighbors. Local network, it is applied across the network domains, and the decision will be taken in the network level. And in your part, in our device level AI, the decision is taken based on your own part, I mean your own data, whereas in the localized AI, according to the network strategy, it will be the decision will be taken. And the end-to-end part, in the end-to-end AI, the total connectivity between the first user to till the backend to core network to radio access network, all these are all coming into total network architecture policy. Everything will be coming into the effect in the end-to-end AI architecture. This is the basic of the entire introduction of artificial intelligence in the 5G network. Network architecture policies are coming in the core network part. Protocol signalings and greenfield innovation, these are all coming in our radio access network part, RAN part. This is what I have explained so far. This is the abstract of this entire presentation. This is what we need to achieve. And the data challenges are mainly in deployment of the artificial intelligence algorithm, and artificial intelligence hardware is much essential here. So this is the actual challenge. So I move on to this next slide. For example, only one example I want to take. This is actually user experience example. In the LTE, long-term evolution, our point is there are 3 points here. One is overhead, delay, and power consumption. These 3 points we need to worry. Overhead is the total overhead. Delay is the communication delay, or we can call it as latency. Power consumption is again one more parameter, very important parameter. Being a mobile device, how many hours it will be withstanding, the battery will be withstanding. What is the standby time of this particular device or battery, whatever it is. So this is what the AS for the cell selection. To select a cell, how we can implement the artificial intelligence. More or less, for this, in the existing 4G network itself, we need 35 parameters. All of you know this, you would have heard something about a handoff or handover in the mobile networks. The handoff is nothing but a soft handoff will have simply given all these around 35 number of parameters. It will be given to one network to another network. And depending on the selection, the speed will be determined. Not for, if it is a data, we need a very minimum bandwidth is sufficient. Only the text or data. If it is any other multimedia, this is what the analog terms, multimedia and all this. Nowadays, everything is in digital term, full and full data. So these are all, for internet networking, they need 30 parameters. For speed dependent selection, they need 10 parameters. 35 parameters for system information. Totally, more or less, more than 50 number of parameters they want to have. They want to have more number of, this list is getting larger. When we use the 5G network, this list will be going little more higher. So only then we can swap the beam. Otherwise, it is a problem for us. Normally, this is the problem in a mobile network. Normally, even in the 4G network, these are all the things. But when you sort out these problems in the 4G network using your artificial intelligence, then it will give us a very good connectivity that is possible in 5G network, because 5G network speed is entirely different, very much higher than your existing 4G network, and the data safety and security algorithms are more in 5G networks when you compare with the 4G networks. So these two are the main challenges, main two challenges in our 4G networks that will be eradicated in our 5G networks. This is what I, for increased power consumption, these are all the, already I explained why we need a standby time better. When there is a idle, this is the parameter RRC idle, RRC will be connected. RRC connected, RRC will be idle. These are all, it is like a state transition diagram. When it is connected, it will be, when it is idle only we can connect it. From the connected mode, whenever there is no conversation for particular few time period, for it may be 10 seconds or 5 seconds. For shorter period itself, it will be going to idle mode again. So idle to connected is possible. Connected to idle is directly possible. These are all depending on your 3G network. These two terms are not a new terms to your 5G user. It is even in our 3G networks, it was these terms are available. But the problem is, in the long-term evolution, these are all the increments, these are all the advancements we are trying to introduce in our RRC idle. See, this is what the movement of data, or this is what the transaction of data, and we can easily identify this as, for example, if you want to transfer a video, previously we in the video extension on 3GPP. Now it is the MP4. So the compression standard is different. 3GPP compression is different. This is some other compression. But which is better? Which is giving little lesser amount of data? MP4 is giving very small amount of data when we compare with 3GPP. And the quality wise, it is better. So instead of using 3GPP, we are going towards this MP4. So this is what the understanding for a selection, cell selection for our user experience. User being the end user, they don't know much about the network. they don't they don't worry about the technicalities. They'll be worrying only about their experience. I send this message immediately. I need to get the response. This is what their expectation. So in order to fulfill the expectation, we need to increase the speed of the connectivity. Power consumption must be lesser. So without using this artificial intelligence to locally process all these things, it is not possible. That is why, according to the previous, this is the order of the day. We need to do, or we need to implement those kind of artificial intelligence algorithms in the existing 4G network. If it is not possible in the 4G, we need to migrate into 5G, no other go, in order to support high data rate and the maximum bandwidth plus the data security. Now move on to this next slide. This is again telling about the user experience alone. Self-selection. For the previous example, whatever I previously explained to you, the same thing is depicted here as a diagram. Nothing else is there. The same thing. It is the UU location speed are measured in terms of RSRP and RSRQ. These two are normally repeat request protocols. Already you have studied in computer network. And based on the feedback, it will be getting corrected. Artificial intelligence algorithms are, all the artificial intelligence algorithms are getting the feedback. This is what the in artificial neural network terminology, we are using supervised learning and unsupervised learning based on the feedback only. Different layers are involved in this. The hidden layers are available. How good the hidden layers to connect the data from the backward connectivity. This is actually known as feedback. So this is what we the entire thing all about your previous explanation in the previous slide. It is diagrammatically depicted here. Now I move on to this more or less the comparison part. Current procedure, what we are having currently, what are the drawbacks, and with the AI how we can, once if it is drawback, once it is connected in the existing network without artificial intelligence, for it is called as actually polling. When we the parameters are calculated and it is transmitted in the network for maintaining the quality of service. Periodically, all the parameters are measured. This is the current procedure, and the periodicity is mentioned by the network. For every 10 milliseconds you have to measure this, or every 1 second you have to measure this. Depending on the criticality of the parameter, it will be the time period is mentioned here. Once it is, when a cell is allocated, once it is happened, whatever may be in 3G network, whatever it may be, it should be, the call must be processed only in that cell. There is no possibility of reselection. Once the call is dropped, then will be reselection is possible in the 3G network. Whereas in the 5G network using AI, reselection is, while explaining why the conversation is going on, the conversation will be immediately shifted to some other channel. It is possible, or some other cell. It is also possible. So reselection is triggered immediately if the quality service is not maintained to the threshold level. This is the flexibility or the dynamism of the 5G networks. It is given based on, this decision is taken based on the artificial intelligence. Next is threshold based measurements. This is what previously I explained. When the quality of service is less than a particular value, automatically decision will be, the artificial intelligence algorithm will be taking the control, and it will take the decision whether we have to call this or drop this call, or we have to continue to the next channel for better increments. So this is what for the better prospect of the communication channel, or the communication or the conversation, the decision is taken by the artificial intelligence algorithm. And the static configurations are normally given by or given to the user without affecting the machine level or the network level. This is actually possible only in the real time data. Say, for example, whenever you want, you can switch off the location. It is a service. If I don't want to switch on the location, I can easily switch off my location, so that nobody will be asking me why you have switched off your location. But this is the user configuration. A static change is possible. but it is here. So it will affect it. When you switch off your location, the sensor will be switched off. So the real-time processing or real-time location or real-time navigation is not possible. This is what the artificial intelligence is rolling. Role is played here very in order to improve the user experience. So in the user experience, the benefits they will be getting is lesser overhead, faster selection, reduced power consumption. These three are normally the benefits of using the artificial intelligence in the 5G networks. Next, the challenges. What are all the challenges in implementing the artificial intelligence in the existing network? The mobile network synthesized data versus real data. Real data is the actual raw data. Synthesized data is a manipulated data. So this is actually for processing we need synthesized data. This is actually called as a data trimming. If you are very familiar in your data science, the data trimming or data cleaning is a topic, separate topic in your data science. Artificial intelligence or the machine learning will not accept all the junk data. The data must be in some format. This is called as the actual data, real-time data is not a trimmed data or clean data. Only the synthesized data is clean data. So synthesize is a cleaning, for cleaning the data, we need some time and some computational energy. So this is given by your local processor. And only after completing this, we can get, over a period of time, we can get a accurate data set. If you keep on accumulating the raw data or the data received from the sensor straight away, the entire thing will be looking like what we call garbage. The data will be available, but it is not a trimmed or clean data. It is looking like a garbage data. Using the garbage data, we cannot predict the thing accurately. Only the clean data will give us the accurate predictions. This is what the basic mechanism of machine learning and artificial intelligence training set. So we need the training set, data set for our artificial neural network. For this, we are implementing this ML, machine learning mechanism. Machine learning mechanism is a mathematical iteration, nothing else. Based on the past data, we can predict the future. This is what the understanding in our machine learning. Next, isolated AI results in sublocal optimum and even negative impacts to be network end-to-end. These are all some understanding or the learning from this artificial intelligence implementation in the network, mobile networks, especially 3G, 4G, 5G networks. In 3G and 4G, so far we are not implementing. In 3G, no artificial intelligence. In 4G, few intelligence have been given to the network. And in 5G, entire thing will be artificial intelligence, and your data capacity is very much essential. I mean, nowadays using your 4G phone, 1.5 GB data is sufficient or 2 GB data is sufficient. But if you use 5G, your data limit will be going high. Minimum per day, we need 5G data for our mobile purpose. Other than this, if you have the electric vehicle, you will have another 2 GB data, 7 GB data. This is what the survey says. In the next 5 years, for each and every individual of India will have the access or should have the access of 10 GB data per day in 5G networks. So this is what. So now the data rate is going high. The data rate in the sense, I am talking about the tariff, the amount what we are paying per GB. This is going high. So when we go to 10 GB data, for example, 1 GB data per month is it was available for 100 rupees. Now it is available for 400 rupees. If you want to have 10 GB data per day, you have to spare more than 4,000, 5,000 rupees per month only for data. This is what the expectation or this is what the prediction we need to give, because without that, because we are customized now to use the data. How many of you can survive now without using the WhatsApp? How many of you? Being an engineering teacher, every day we are using WhatsApp. Without data network, without voice call, without our online classes, we cannot survive. For online classes, we need data, full data. 2 GB data is sufficient now. But in future, if you use 5G networks, it will not be sufficient to you. This is what the ground mechanism we need to understand. Next is again in the challenges continues in the standard and production. In the standard, legacy and intelligent devices, because whenever you go smarter, your privacy is missing. Please try to understand the concept. Whenever we use the smart devices, your privacy is missing. So according to the TRAI specifications, without affecting your privacy, you need to use any device. But it is not, this is a standard. But nowadays it is not at all. From the Google, you can identify for the past, right from the first day of your Gmail account till today, how many number of data, how many number of sites we have visited, how many YouTube videos you have seen, so far how much data you have used for seeing the or using the Google devices or Google Chrome or Google services. You can easily understand. In my if you know your this is the data usage they are giving. In 2012, this YouTube video you've seen in 1x time, 1x speed for 10 minutes. But remaining part of this video had been seen with 1.5x speed. This much accurate data is available in internet, available in your Google. So all these are all tracked. No privacy at all. So whenever you go smart, definitely your data privacy is very much loosened. So this is what you got. So standardization in this so data security and all other processes are very much minimum in this standard. And production, the first thing, the cost of the mobile device will be very much high, and the battery life is very minimum, and the batteries cost is also going high. This is actual at the production side. They are giving this kind of challenges. So standard, production, data, learning, and these are all normal challenges. There is a challenge in data. There is a challenge, or we can learn a lot about the challenges in our 5G network, and what are all the challenges in the standard we can see, and from the production side, for deployment of this artificial intelligence network in the existing network, we can see a lot of production. So, and I come to this conclusion part. Come to on-device AI versus device level AI. Both are more or less looking at the terms. They both are looking like same term, but it is not true. On-device artificial intelligence and device level artificial intelligence are little different. I'll explain in separate session, and I need one more 15 or 20 minutes for this. Online on-device artificial intelligence is little different from device level AI. And different levels of intelligence can be implemented, not necessary to have high degree of intelligence. Whenever you introduce high degree of intelligence, everything is the human being will be under the control of a machine. So the different levels are there in introducing or in implementing the artificial intelligence. It will be given by different levels. Next is network instructed device level artificial. This is actually called as localized AI, network instructed device level artificial intelligence. And fourth is inevitable change in the industry. If you implement the artificial intelligence in your device, everything will be, the human being will be depending 100% on your devices, mobile devices, your virtual reality, your augmented reality, your automotive, cars, everything. Even your two-wheeler scooters, everything under the control of your mobile phone. In the production industry also, we will be using the digital twins. Digital twins are again the miniature version of the same machine. It is an IoT device. So based on IoT only, all these are all artificial intelligence is implemented. I come to the conclusion of my presentation. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. So this is the sentence of Albert Einstein. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. If you are not ready to change, you cannot survive. Change management is a separate title. The management side, they are all keeping on insisting as change is the constant. Nothing else is constant. Change is the constant. So if you are ready to change, you can easily survive. Comfortably, you can survive. But if you are not ready to change, definitely you cannot survive. So measure of intelligence is if you are capable of changing, you are intelligent. If you are not capable of changing, or if you are not willing to change, you are not intelligent. This is what the proverb given by our Albert Einstein. With this, I open this session for questions. Thank you very much. At any time, you can reach me in this in this mail ID, rajarajan.ece@sairamit.edu.in. I repeat again, the screen it is visible to you, rajarajan.ece@sairamit.edu.in. I am always available in this. You send the mail, shoot the mail, I will be getting definitely within a day. I will be replying to you for any kind of this kind of queries, especially in the 5G LTE networks. Thank you all. Thank you for your passion, listening. I am open for
Any questions? Sir, thank you, sir. Rajarajan, sir.
thank you.
Any questions from the participant? Hello. This is Suresh, session coordinator. Any questions you can ask, sir? Dear participants, you can ask the questions. Or you can post the questions in a chat box also. Suman sir, anything need to say?
No, sir. No, sir. Any questions received from YouTube chat box, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir, thank you, Rajarajan, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, Rajarajan, sir. Thank you very much for your nice presentation.
To give this lecture to you. Actually, this is the first time collaboration management of technology, Rajam.
Yes.
I am very much delighted to give this these kind of lectures in future. Also, at any point of time, you can call me. I am good in especially the communication networks, computer networks, wireless networks, and if any such kind of expertise you want, you can call me at any time. You can send me the mail through this official mail ID itself. Thank you very much for your understanding as well as the support, sir. Kannan sir, thank you very much, sir, for your support and for calling me. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
I am available whenever there is a question. Please call me. Now I am available online only. Please, any others also, any participants, if you want to ask me the question, please.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No worries.
No, sir. No,
queries,
till now not received any questions, sir, from
Okay,
the
sir.
participants.
Thank you very much. I think the topic is little 5G network, sir. I don't know how many number of them are.
Yes, sir.
It is still in the research level. Please, you encourage, motivate the staff members to do research in 5G networks. A lot of things can be done in AI and ML. Using AI and ML, we can do a lot in 5G networks also. It's a keep evolving. Thank you very much for your support, sir.
Welcome, sir. Always welcome.
Sincere thanks to your principal, sir, your HOD, sir, Department of ECE, and our HOD, Dr. G. Tamarai Chelvi, Madam, and Dr. V. Kannan, the coordinator of this particular FDP. Very wonderful student and right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, dear participants, next session will be start at 6 o'clock. Suman sir.
Sir.
Sir, anything you want to say? Next session
No,
will
sir.
be
No, sir.
6 o'clock.
Next session will start by sharp 6 o'clock, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.